Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I am going to do EXP25 Excel chapter 1 cumulative assessment training. Basically this is the first chapter of Excel section of this Pearson course, and in this video I will be doing this assignment step by step so that you can get your assignment done by watching this complete video. But if you want me to do this assignment for you, or if you want me to do this complete course for you, you can contact me and you can hire me for your complete course. You can also hire me for your Excel, Word, PowerPoint or Access assignments, simulation exam, simulation training, quizzes, midterm or finals. You can also hire me for your other courses like accounting, management, finance, information technology, computer sciences, all other writing assignments, mathematics or statistics. So at start of the instruction, you can see the project description. So there is nothing to solve in project description, but I suggest you to read this project description so that you can get an idea about the assignment. Once you will read this project description, this will be easy for you to understand this assignment well, and you will get an idea about the assignment, and you will get this assignment done easily. So then we can see the project steps. These are the steps, these are the questions to solve in this assignment. So there are total 26 questions. There are total 26 questions or 26 steps that we are supposed to solve if we want to get this project, if we want to get this assignment done. So I will solve step by step and you are supposed to follow me. So now let's start doing from step number 1. So step number 1 is saying start Excel. Download and open the file named EXP25 Excel Chapter 1 Cumulative Assessment Training. Grader has automatically added your last name to the beginning of the file name. So this is the Excel workbook that we gonna use to solve this assignment. We will apply all the instructions, all the steps to this Excel workbook, and we will make this Excel workbook in the final form for the submission. So I have already downloaded this, and you can download this from your course dashboard. So step number 1 is just about downloading the files. So I have already downloaded that one, and now we gonna move to step number 2 because we are done with step number 1 of the assignment. And step number 2 is saying your organization provides a discount to educators. However, the worksheet contains wording that needs to be changed to education. Use find and replace to find teacher and replace it with education. So this worksheet has the words with the title with the word teacher, but we are supposed to replace the word teacher with education. So just go to cell A1 of the worksheet, then click on Home tab. In editing section, click this one and click replace. So now we are supposed to replace teacher with education. So we will type teacher here. So find what? Find teacher, and replaced with what? Replace with education. Okay, education, and click replace all. So we have replaced teacher with education. So we got 3 replacement of the word teacher to the education, and that is all about step number 1. So now let's do step number 3. The worksheet contains spelling error that needs to be corrected. Check the spelling of the worksheet and correct the errors. So now go to the review tab and click spelling. So now you can see that one error we have forecasting. So click change, then in analytics change. So spell check complete, you are good to go. So that's mean we are done with this step. That is step number 3, where we were supposed to check the spelling. So we have completed third step. Now let's do step number 4. Step number 4 is here. You cancelled the charting basic workshop because only one person registered for it. Charting basic workshop. You can see only 1% registered for it. So it is saying it has been cancelled. So delete the row containing the charting basic workshop. So now we don't need charting basic workshop because only one person registered for it. So we don't need that. So we are supposed to delete this entire row containing the charting basic workshop. So select this one, right click on that and click delete. So we have deleted the charting basic workshop because we don't need that row. So now let's do step number 5. The Excel Analytics and Forecasting training course failed and you opened another course. Now it is saying the Excel Analytics and Forecasting course is already filled. So now we need another course open for this. So it is saying insert a new row between the Big Data Foundation and the data mining rows. So Big Data Foundation is here, data mining rows is here. So now we are supposed to insert a row between these two. So select row 7, right click on that and click insert. So now we have a new row between the Big Data Foundation and the data mining rows. So now copy row 5 and paste it on the empty row. So row 5 is here, select this one, go to home tab and click copy. Now select the empty row and click paste and press escape button. So now we have open another Excel Analytic and Forecasting course. Okay. So now it is saying change the dates to June 2027, June 7, 2027 in cell C7 and D7. So cell C7 is here. We are supposed to change the date to June 7, 2027 and also in cell D7. We are supposed to change the date to June 7, 2027. Okay. Now enter 11 in cell G7. Go to cell G7. This is cell G7 here. And we are supposed to type 11 here. And 10 in cell H7. Go to cell H7 and here we are supposed to type 10. Okay. And that is all about step number 5. Now let's do next step, that is step number 6. Assigning a code to each workshop provides a reference number. You will use 06 to indicate the 6th month and 001 for the first workshop. So that's mean 06 is representing the 6th month and 001 is representing the first workshop. Like 001 2 will represent the second workshop. 003 will represent the third workshop. So notice saying type 06-001 in cell A5. Use autofill to complete up to A10. Go to cell A5 and here we are supposed to type 06-001. Now use autofill. Use the fill handler to drag it down up to cell A10. So we got six workshop in total. Okay. So that is all about step number 6. Now let's do step number 7. Instead of displaying dates such as 6/1/27 like this 6/1/27, instead of showing dates like this, you want to display the date like this. Format the dates in range C5 up to D10 with short date format. So we will select C5 up to D10, the range that is given C5 up to D10, and from here you can simply select short date format here. Okay, you can do this one, or otherwise just click this arrow and from here you can select this steric 3/14/2012 as mentioned here. You can select this option and click OK. So that is all about step number 7. So we have completed step number 7 as well. Now let's do step number 10. Oh, 8, sorry. The worksheet contains column for start and end dates. You can see that we have column for start date and end dates. It would be helpful to insert a column to display the number of days for each workshop. So now in this tab we are supposed to insert a new column that should be number of days. So it is saying insert a column to right of end date column. So end date column is here. To right of this column we are supposed to insert a new column. So for this purpose we will select column E. Okay, and right click on that and click insert. So now you can see that we have a new column to the right of end date column. So now in cell E4 we are supposed to type number of days. So go to cell E4 and here we are supposed to type number of days. Okay, so we have inserted a new column to the right of end date column and we have given a name that is number of days to this column by entering this into cell E4. So that is all about step number 8. So we have completed step number 8 as well. Row 3 contains number of attendees and gross revenue main heading. We have number of attendees and gross revenue that are the main heading given in row 3. Okay, row 3. Noticing centering these heading over these respective subheading will help clarify the details. Merge and center the cells H3 and I3. So we will select H3 and I3. So we have selected H3 and I3. Now we are supposed to apply merge and center to these two cells. So go to the home tab, then in alignment section click this arrow and select merge and center. Okay, now merge and center J3 up to L3, mean J3, K3 and L3. Now we will apply merge and center to 3 cells. So we will select J3, K3 and L3. Okay, so we have selected. Now go to the home tab and apply merge and center. Okay, so that is all about step number 9 of this assignment. So now let's do step number 10. Applying a cell style will improve the appearance of the heading on row 4. In addition, wrapping and centering the text in the heading cells will further improve the appearance of the worksheet. For the range A4 up to L4, apply good cell style. So we will select A4 up to L4. A4 and select up to L4. So we have selected A4 up to L4. Now go to the home tab and in style section select cell style. Click this arrow and from here select good cell style, this one. Now wrap the text and center horizontally. So this range is already selected A4 up to L4. Now go to the home tab, in alignment section click this, that is wrap text. Now in alignment section apply this one, that is the center alignment, this one. Okay, so that is all about step number 10. So now we're gonna do next step, that is step number 11. You are ready to calculate the number of days for the worksheet. In cell E5, enter a formula to calculate the number of days for the first workshop. So now in cell E5, we are supposed to enter a formula so that we can calculate the number of days for the first workshop, that is Excel Analytics and Forecasting. So for this, add 1 to the result to include the total number of days, including the start and end dates. The result may display in the date format. Copy the formula to the range E6. So we can calculate the number of days, type equal sign by subtracting the start date from the end date. So end date minus start date. So this will give us the number of the days. But it is saying add 1 to the result. So we will type plus sign and we will add 1. Okay. That will be the number of days for the first workshop. So now the result may display in date format. So you can see that we got a date in the result. Now it is saying copy the formula to the range E6 up to E10. So use the fill handle to drag it down up to E10. So we got number of days for all of the workshops. Now let's do step number 12. The number of days result show date rather than the value. So now you can see the number of days are given in the date formats or what we need in the value format. So apply the number format will solve this issue. So apply number format with 0 decimal places and center the result horizontally in the range E5 up to E10. So we will select E5 up to E10. Just click this arrow, go to home tab, in number format click this arrow. From here select number and 0 decimal places. Decimal places should be 0 and number format. So we got the number of days in number format. Now we are supposed to apply central horizontal alignment. So go to alignment section and apply center horizontal alignment to this one. So that is all about step number 12. So we have completed 12 steps of this assignment and now we gonna do next step, that is step number 13. The gross revenue is calculated by the type of customer. Column J is designed to display the gross revenue for the corporate customers. In cell J5, enter a formula to calculate the gross corporate revenue for the first workshop. So now in cell J5, we are supposed to calculate the gross corporate revenue for the first workshop, Excel Analytics and Forecasting. That we can calculate by multiplying the cost per attendee by the number of corporate attendees. Cost per attendee by the number of corporate attendees. So we will type equal sign and we will select cost per attendee for the first workshop. So cost per attendee for the first workshop is given in cell F5. Okay. We will multiply this with corporate attendees. So corporate attendee is given here H5. So these are the number of attendees, these are the corporate attendees and these are the education attendees. So we are going to multiply cost per attendees with the corporate attendees and we will get the result for this. That is the gross corporate revenue. Okay. Now copy the formula up to cell J10. So drag it down up to cell J10. Okay. So we have calculated that. So in this video, so now let's do step number 14 as well. Column K is designed to display the gross revenue for education customers. In cell K5, enter a formula to calculate the gross education revenue by subtracting the education discount rate from 1. multiplying the result by cost per attendees and by the number of education attendees, copy the formula to the K10. So now we are supposed to calculate the gross revenue for the education customer. So now we are supposed to calculate the gross education revenue by subtracting the education discount rate from 1. So in K5, first we are supposed to subtract the discount rate from 1. 1 minus discount rate G5, then we are supposed to multiply this result with the cost per attendee, then the education number of attendees, then we will get the education gross revenue, and then we will use the fill handler to drag it down so that we can get the other values. So that is all about step number 14. So in this video I have solved 14 steps for you, but if you want me to do this complete assignment for you, or if you want me to do this complete course for you, you can contact me and you can hire me for your complete course. My WhatsApp number and email is showing at the bottom of the screen. You can contact me either through WhatsApp or email and you can hire me for your courses. Thank you so much for watching my video. I will get back to you with another video and I will do your complete course including all the Excel, Word, PowerPoint or Access assignments, and I will get you A grade in your courses. Thank you so much.